And to create a new user, I must be logged into the admin account. For our training, I'm going to be using the training company in the development environment, and I am using an admin account, testing user admin. So let's talk about permissions based on how you are set up. An admin has pretty much all forms available in the system. And what I mean by that is everything in the sidebar on the left-hand side, you have access to everything. When I'm set up as a job coach, I'll only have a few of these options. I'll see a dashboard, profile, job processing, my consumer, and policy and protocols. So those are the different types of users and what they have access to. So to set up a user, I'm going to, in my sidebar, I'm going to select admin, account setup, user. And then when I select user, the user management form will open and it will display a list of all users that are set up. So here I have one user, which that is the user that I'm logged in as. I have the name, the email address, phone number, what the role is, and the status of that user. I can also delete, edit, or I can send an email to reset that user's password. Let's go ahead and create a new user. And to do that, there is a tab here that says new user, and I want to select that. So a new form will open, and I want to populate all of this information to create the new user. So I'm just, for training purposes, I'm just going to use Job Coach. I do have an email address here that I'm using, and this email address will be the email address that the user will log in as. And you will also, whenever the account is set up or when you need to reset the password, this is the email that that will be sent to. The next is the role, and we have admin and job coach. Again, I just explained what the difference between those two roles are. And we also have counselor, but we'll talk about that at a later time. So I'm going to set this user up as a job coach, and I'm just going to put in a generic phone number. The next section is rates, hourly rate and mileage rate. And these rates are used when paying the job coach. So as they do service, we're going to just put a even $20 here for an hourly rate for the job coach. And for mileage, let's just go ahead and put 70 cents as a mileage rate. The next section is the address. Also important because this address will be used for if the job coach uses their address as a starting point, they can use this for their routes, creating their mileage records basically. So I want to make sure that this address is correct, and so that when they do create mileage logs, all of that information will be in the system. And the system does use Google Maps to determine mileage for the mileage routes. So I'm going to go ahead and put in an address. Okay, so that is the last thing. For the user, I do want to select privacy acknowledgement requirement required. And basically, you need to explain to the job coach um, that there could possibly be health information in the system, and they need to keep that information private. Information that we put in the system is logged in an audit log, and we want to explain that to the user. And once you have that selected, you will create a user account. You will select that button, and that will create the user and also send an email to that user. Once that is completed, you'll be redirected to the user management form, and it will also display that user in the list. This concludes the video on how to create a user.